This is a presentation for InetSupervisor, the most configurable controllers in the world. This is the Q1 configurable controller, which is sized from 2 inputs and 2 outputs up to 12 inputs and 12 outputs. And you have an optional ultra-accurate built-in differential pressure sensor. InetSupervisor has one feature-rich plugin that configures every application. There are more applications for InetSupervisor than for any other configurable controller. Those InetSupervisor applications include fan coil units, rooftop units, heat pump units, variable air volume units or VAVs, variable volume and temperature units for zone damper controls or VVTs, air handlers, chillers both air and water cooled, boilers, irrigation systems, lighting systems. You can start and stop any equipment with relays and mag starters. You have sophisticated submetering and reporting that is LawnWorks plug-and-play compatible. You take the specially designed electrical meter that can be wired directly into any Q1 controller, and with that you can electrically submeter buildings and equipment large and small. The meters are less expensive than other meters on the market, and it requires considerably less labor, so it's the most cost-effective way to submeter. What premier energy-saving sequences are configurable for InetSupervisor? Parent HVAC equipment adapt to their children's operations automatically. An example of this would be chillers and boilers adapting to the operation of the air handlers that they work with, and those air handlers in turn automatically adapting to the operation of their terminal units that they work with, those being VAVs, VVT zone damper controls, and fan coil units. You have one large ecosystem of HVAC equipment that's operationally optimized by InetSupervisor. You have 6 stages or modulating VFD control for fans, heating, and cooling. You have sophisticated economizer control for dry bulb temperature, enthalpy, or indoor CO2 air quality control. And it's all Title 24 demand ventilation compliant. You have automatic static pressure resets, automatic temperature resets such as supply air temperature reset and supply water temperature reset. You have discharge temperature limiting, which eliminates wasteful air stratification. An example of this would be too hot air being supplied by the supply register and is unable to mix with the cooler room temperature air and is essentially just sucked right back out of the return registers. It's a very wasteful process. You have zone damper coordination for VVTs. This eliminates bypass dampering, which is very wasteful also. You have demand limiting with Energy Manager. Energy Manager prevents building energy consumption from exceeding the on-peak or off-peak set points as measured by the watt meter. Essentially, the watt meter is providing continuous feedback to the operation of the controls and the HVAC equipment. InetSupervisor is a one-stop shop. This is a picture of the Q2 configurable controller with 24 inputs and 24 outputs. This is the RAN network appliance with InetSupervisor front-end software embedded on the hard drive. It's a fanless design for dependable operation. It's enterprise architecture designed for fast and reliable communications on massive networks. More on that later in this presentation. And it's web-enabled for remote access. This is the InetSupervisor Titan touchscreen panel with a RAN network appliance inside the box and a touchscreen for on-site access. So facility management personnel can have different designated levels of access to the system right there on site. But you still have the remote web access provided by the RAN network appliance. InetSupervisor has a very powerful value proposition for building automation system integration businesses. 100% open standards, 100% configurable controllers, simplified training and installation, premier building automation system performance, 100% open standards. All hardware and software strictly follows Landmark guidelines. Why is Landmark superior to other standards in the building automation controls industry? It's the automation control industry's only 100% open technology architecture. Why is open technology architecture important? Landmark certified equipment from different manufacturers all work together without additional expensive gateways. Why are proprietary systems that are so prevalent in the industry bad for building automation system integration businesses? Proprietary building automation system manufacturers can cut you off at any time, so you can't work on your own customers' building automation systems that you installed. They essentially put you out of business, and it happens all the time in the industry. Those manufacturers force service contracts on your customers that they don't want, thus angering your customers. They also set quotas preventing you from selling competing equipment. They prevent you from providing the best possible customer service because they control how you do business with your customers. 100% configurable controllers reduce commissioning time and expense. They eliminate expensive field programming, eliminate field programming bugs, commission with less expensive field technicians. You commission much faster than with programmable controllers. Sequences are proven on hundreds of installations that are already debugged. And you have a simple graphical user interface that's easy to learn and operate in the field. Less labor hours and lower labor costs per hour result in increased job profitability. Simplified training and installations. One plug-in commissions everything. Any competent technician can learn to commission the Q1 and Q2 controllers. This is a screenshot of the InetSupervisor plugin for the VAV controller. As you can see, it's very graphical, very intuitive. Up top you have tabs for easy navigation. You have a tab for alerts and alarms, hardware inputs, hardware outputs, and we're currently looking at the airflow calibration tab. Down in the lower left you have more tabs for navigating other modules. In this particular application, you've got a terminal load tab, occupancy, cooling, and heating tabs. Other applications will have more or less tabs as are needed. This is the graphical airflow representation for VAV that results in much faster air balancing. You simply enter the values for the minimum flow set point, the maximum flow, and the calculations are automatically performed. You get premier building automation system performance with InetSupervisor. Enterprise architecture for lightning fast communications eliminate all communication bottlenecks. Unlimited array of network appliances can be located anywhere in a building, on a campus, or in the world. Here's a representation of how that would look. Each RAIA would have its own network of controllers, and those RAIAs would then communicate with each other, and you would have one centralized RAIA for a graphical user interface for reporting and updating and programming, etc. Premier energy efficiency is built into InetSupervisor. Premier sequences that have been field tested in hundreds of installations eliminate bugs. You have a flexible scheduling engine, defined user accessibility, sophisticated data trending and reporting. You have complete internet accessibility included for no additional charge. As long as you've got good connectivity, you can communicate and operate the building automation system with a smartphone, a desktop, a laptop, anywhere in the world. InetSupervisor is a very powerful value proposition for building owners and operators. Lower cost of installation and ownership. Forced expensive service contracts are completely eliminated. They are a thing of the past. You get to competitively bid everything. The best installers are going to earn your business. You will own the premier performing building automation system in the world. The InetSupervisor value proposition summary for building automation system integration businesses. You're going to build your business by treating your customers right. For building automation system owners and operators, you're going to optimize building energy and operating efficiency. InetSupervisor is the best building automation system in the world. Thanks for watching this video.